Kristen Bell may feel like Hollywood royalty now, but her story actually starts somewhere much more ordinary. A brown, 1,100 square foot bungalow in Huntington Woods, Michigan. And believe it or not, she grew up with 5 parents in her life. Not exactly the typical launch pad for a Disney princess, right?
It was really awesome.
Kristen's parents divorced when she was very young, about a year or 2 after she was born. For a lot of kids, that kind of change can be destabilizing, but Kristen has always framed it differently. Belle once explained that instead of feeling loss, she felt like she had just more people who loved me. And honestly, that mindset tells you everything about her. Her dad, Tom, didn't drift away after the divorce. In fact, he made it a priority to stay close, physically close. He moved to different houses over the years, but always within 10 blocks. Kristen has said, "I'd pop back and forth between houses. That was just her normal." Kristen's dad remarried and brought 2 older daughters into the family. Her mom, Lorelai, also remarried and had 2 sons. There were later divorces and new relationships. All of this sounds like a lot of instability for a kid, but actually it was the opposite. I became acclimated to having many more adults who loved me, Kristen shared. And here's something that feels very relatable. If she was upset with one parent, she had options. She once said, "When I was 16, if I was in a fight with my mom, I would drive to my dad's and vice versa, which was amazing." Even Kristen's former stepdads remained present. "Mom's former husbands didn't leave my life," she shared. "They may not have lived in our house, but they were still involved. In fact," she added, "to this day, I talk to most of them." And there's something really heartwarming about that. Those bonds didn't just disappear when the marriages ended.
That's a big priority for me.
But even with all that support, things weren't always easy. At 18, after moving to New York to attend NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, she suddenly experienced intense anxiety and depression. Kristen said she had no idea what brought them on. When she told her mom, Lorelai responded in a practical, compassionate way. She explained that their family had a history of it, gave her a list of symptoms, and reassured Kristen that if she experienced them often, there were doctors and support systems that could help treat it. Honestly, that's such a supportive response. No denial, no minimizing, just information, care, and a clear message that getting help is okay. Kristen's relationship with her mom, though, has had friction. The actress said they're very, very different people in the way we see the world, but we're very similar in the way we handle things, and that is an explosive combination. Religion has been one of their biggest differences. Her mom is deeply religious. Kristen doesn't subscribe to a faith. "I think it's hard for her to digest," the actress admitted, and she's been honest about how it affects her emotionally. "When I'm talking about it all, I feel as that I'm disappointing my mother, which is an awful feeling." That tension resurfaced when she and Dax Shepard chose not to baptize their daughters. From Kristen's perspective, faith is personal, but she's also careful not to dismiss her mom's beliefs. "It's something that makes her feel very safe and very loved," she said. "It's an idea of practiced behavior that is good for her." Different worldviews, yes, but love and respect remain. And that same honest, sometimes tricky dynamic shows up in her nearly 2-decade marriage to Dax. The future couple first met at a mutual friend's intimate dinner party back in 2007. Both had ended long-term relationships, and as Belle recently admitted, they didn't have an immediate connection, no sparks whatsoever. Kristen didn't even know who he was at the time, and Dax was suspicious of her and her friend's unbridled happiness. "I thought, something stinks here. They're in a cult," Shepard said. Slowly, he began to see her positive way of looking at the world and how she gives people the benefit of the doubt. The pair started dating, and things started heating up. They were fighting a lot. Belle didn't shy away from saying that their relationship was somewhat toxic at first. They would get into a fight, and she would yell something and slam the bedroom door. Then Kristen would slam the front door, get in her car, skid out the driveway, and sit around the corner in her car.
And it felt so good, and I realized how incredibly toxic it was only after he pointed it out.
They overcame this issue when Shepard put his foot down and told her she couldn't leave in the middle of a fight. 3 months into the relationship, Dax said he was not going to stay silent anymore. He was like, "No, I have more respect for myself. I love you, but I'm not going to do that my whole life." Kristen realized he was right, and she has since learned a better way to resolve conflicts, through communication. And not only do they have open communication in their relationship, they also aren't afraid to share their insights with the public. two blonde knockouts are probably the most open Hollywood couple, frequently talking about their relationship on social media. And when we say open, we mean open.
What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I saw a headline. Your wife said, your kids walked in on you having sex. I don't even know that she told that story.
The couple famously waited until same-sex marriage was legalized in California, but they did have their firstborn a few months before getting hitched. Aw, just look at this gorgeous pregnant couple at the Golden Globe Awards. And when California's Proposition 8 was overturned just a couple of months later, Belle reproposed to Shepard. She posted a short, sweet message on Twitter. Dax Shepard, will you marry me? So, #marriage equality, #love is love. Instead of lavish festivities, they had held a small private wedding ceremony that included just the two lovebirds, and $142 for fuel and all. Kristen wore an all-black outfit, and Dax tattooed a small bell on his ring finger. Let's hope it's not going to end like wino forever. Sorry, a bad joke. I don't like wearing jewelry, but I felt obliged to warn all the men that I'm taken, Shepard said. Is he hilarious or what? After a little over a year of marital bliss, their second baby girl was born, Delta Belle Shepard.
And was it easier the second time around?
It was not, Ellen. It was more difficult.
When discussing how different they are, Belle explained that she grew up as a strict rule follower and saw the world in black and white before she met Shepard. You're taught that there is good and evil, and I just don't believe that anymore, said Belle. When there is happiness, I don't run from it. Maintaining open lines of communication is the recipe for relationship success, but Belle and Shepard take it up a notch by adding vulnerability into the mix. Vulnerability always begets connection and intimacy, Belle wrote in that same Valentine's Day post, emphasizing the importance of building your emotional intelligence. Belle and Shepard have also been open about going to therapy, saying that bringing in a third party can help a relationship thrive. There may be something that really hurt your feelings that you're scared to bring up. Go talk about it with a therapist who can mediate. You'll walk out of the room feeling like you're on the same team. The couple believes therapy is not something to be embarrassed about. It can help you take responsibility when you are wrong and see that disagreeing with your partner doesn't mean dismissing their feelings. Belle's constantly working on being empathetic during arguments as well. They don't have a conventional, perfect relationship, and Kristen prefers that. Many people turn to celebrities who they think are the perfect couple for advice. But Belle thinks that all the imperfections are really what makes a relationship great. We have a perfect relationship because we both aren't afraid to admit that we're not perfect. It's so incredibly freeing.